Hello YouTube friends, welcome to the Red Parrot channel. I am your host, Mary Ellen. This is a new title card, a new episode type, and it's called Art Journaling. I think you have heard me from time to time talk about art journaling and trying to understand what it is, etc., etc. I will have no insights for you except to do a flip through of my current art journal and its current state. And by current state, I mean this isn't complete yet, but it's where it is now. Oh, that's a good cup of tea. Okay, can you see? You can't see there. All right. Yeah, it's good enough. Okay, so this is where we've picked up. So that was the last of the old 2021, and so these are just my background pages, and they are such as it is, and what I'm just going to do is flip through them so you can see what I have done. Per usual, I gotta get up. So my main method of getting paint moved around is this, which is a key card from a hotel that I found somewhere, and this is the top of a gift card that I also found somewhere. So I have thin edge, and then wide edge. And what I do is on the blank, I will just drop and then move around, and then I'll put maybe a couple of different colors on. And from time to time, I will do this, splodge, if it's still wet, and then open it again so you can see this paint here is now over to that side. So that's my methodology. It's very, very high-tech, highly planned. No, it's not. It's just splodging paint around, which for the record is gloriously fun. So here's one that's still blank. That's exciting. And here's another one that's still blank. This is just a kind of tissue that I wanted to get rid of, and so I glued it on my book. It's a patch of color. More color. What was I using? I must have been using some kind of a paintbrush and not this. So there's some old bits that are still down here. So this would be a new bit. Paper bit. This is Posca pen and just mark making, and they drove me kind of nuts, so I covered it with paint. And I think it's much improved as a result. This is doing some jelly prints, and I had this book at my jelly plate station, and I was using the pages to roll off. Just putting, literally the job at this moment is putting paint down. I kind of like that picture. It is coming up like nobody's business. That blue, it's I have that paint, and I just wanted to match it. This is a bingo dauber, and just moving paint around with the bingo dauber. No rhyme nor reason. This was a piece of paper that was following me around like a bad penny, and so I just decided to step it down. This paper looks like sort of the tip of South America. Or, yeah, South America. More dauber. Like this page. I am doing this because you want to kind of feel it like, I don't know if you can see there's like a thick piece. There is texture to it. It is not just a clean piece of paint down. This is an older older layer. No idea where I got those squares from. You can also see where I have gone over the edge. I'm not particularly careful. Here's a screamer. There, that's better. And I let the pages, so this paper I glued down, but you can see here that I can rub something smooth across, and you can sort of see the embossed creases, I guess. Here's more. Here's bits that I should get rid of. And put it back onto there. And that was old, and then my only embellishment at the moment is that I filled in all the dots. More bingo. I have a couple of pages where I have put down buildings that I've liked or images that I have liked. This was early scraps from junk journal Round Robin, and I just liked them. I liked the color, and so I put them down here. This was alternating the two colors and then just going very satisfying. And I don't know what was happening here, but this is just using circles and also bingo daubers. This is more plunk and paint down. I really like this. You put like eye highlights in it, maybe pupils or something. I don't know. I like it. This is bubble wrap. This was, oh, I was very wet, and I did that, and then I opened it up again, and you can see that kind of marking there. That's absolutely two sort of slightly viscous materials being peeled apart, and what the image looks like afterwards. Ooh. So that was from there, and that was from there. It was sticky. So very, very early on in this book's career, I took spray paint, gold brassy spray paint, and also like a silver gray. And you can see where the silver gray is. And then this was just me using a Posca pen, sort of outlining where the paint is. And then I put an eyeball there because it kind of looked like an animal. More roll off. Ooh, yeah, I like this one a lot. So this picture outlined like that. And then I drew the extension of what this picture could be. And then I found a blue that matched, and I've just peeled along for the water in the sky. And I'll find something to extend the beach, and I don't know what I'm going to do with the rest. Some more bits. Another image. And the image could get covered over with paint. You never know. Oh yeah, I like this one. This was, so we have like the straight peeling that we can do, and we can also do that. When you have a lot of paint and you do this kind of swerving, what ends up happening is you get a large buildup of paint. And so this has got residual paint once you do that. And that's how you're able to get these sort of, strokes. And this is sort of there's somebody in the pen and ink crowd does roses in a particular way, and she's basically just doing that. And that's what I was trying with something that was far beyond my capacity. This was me trying to bring life to the yellow. Haven't done anything with that one yet. Beyond the paper. Ooh, I like this one. Yeah. So I regularly will go and I'll have about 5 colors, and I'll do a couple of pages, and then I'll switch out 2 of the colors and then keep switching them out so that I'm not just using the same colors put down. Okay, so there's that. Love that. Remember I was saying the other day about collage being a way of sort of the early computers? So I had set this down this way first. That's actually the orientation that it appears in the magazine. And then when I switched it over to this side, it feels better. It also feels like those quotations where you have the portrait of the speaker and then the quotation here. And then, I don't know if you can tell, a little corner there, that's a tooth mark. It's not my teeth. It was sticking out like that and she took it. Not a fan. Okay, this one's okay. Yep. So this one I didn't like, and then I put Post-it notes on it, and then I covered it. Oh, I know. Yes, it was this. This was a glued hairstyle that I didn't like, and I just peeled most of it off, and now it doesn't look like a hairstyle. It's just pattern background, but you can see the 2 Post-it notes, how chunky they are. And if I wanted to, I could probably put something underneath there and pull some of it up. I don't want to at the moment. More blank. This is more bits and pieces off my desk. I made Twinchies from that. This is more roll off. That's more roll off. That's a bingo dauber. Just kind of randomly. Some yellow. Some more. That's roll off. And then this, you can barely see it, but that's actually a pattern that comes from one of the masks that I have. Oh, I love this one. I love this one so much. So big old glob of paint, and you can sort of see how light. So if before I was doing the circles like this was just me doing that. And then getting a new color, and then doing the same thing. I never wash this off. When it gets down to sort of the end, I'm doing this, and it's creating that kind of a pattern. So this was 2 images also that were following me around, and I just decided to stick them in a book. And then this is early in my current process of putting paint down, and I was so like, ooh, I'll do a little bit of paint here and I'll do a little bit of paint there, as opposed to like, I'm gonna put paint everywhere. So this is an important lesson in seeing how something can develop over time. I don't think you end up being able to do high-end art journaling at your first sit down. You've got to do like bits and say, okay, the world didn't end as a result of that. And then you get a little bit more brave or excited or whatever. And then you're like, woo, let's, like, this is very satisfying to do. I am not going to lie. It is like, and then when it's still wet, slap, slap. And then you can see the paint coming over here, and then you get that. So I couldn't have gotten to there if I hadn't done this. So be kind to the Mary Ellen that made this. Oh, I like this one too. This also is a roll-off color, which is really interesting because it goes so well with that blue, and there's more of the tissue paper, or the blank paper. Back to that. Yeah, I can see that. This is more roll off, and you can much better see the image. of that. More color. Oh, I do love that green. It's such a pretty green. I don't know what this is, how I made this. Oh, I bet what I did, I must have done this outside because this is quite vigorous. And then I would have done this, gone through the wet paint to make these lines, and then some of the dots would be kept. More just super excited. Let's put some paint down and have at her. Some more paper. From time to time, I will really like having a sit down with a Posca pen and just mark make. This paint went down first, then this came down, and I need some more work on that. Ooh, this is a crunchy. And I stopped. I need some more paint. This is Bingo Dauber, and I was just making eyeballs. No idea why. And then this was a grid, and then I just wanted to fill in the grid. More paper that's just stuck in, and a lot of jelly brayer roller. I don't know what the smudging is. It's something. I like the, I've got the hiccups. Or not. And more colors. So this, I don't know if you can see that there. That is the original strips that I put down on this blank sheet. And then sort of got some inspiration from the colors of the dots. Greens and pinks. This one I really like. So I didn't, this came from just a regular old magazine, and I was making collages with it. It's perfectly fine. And all the places where there's this neon yellow, there wasn't. And I put the neon yellow on there, and she just popped. The other thing that I was thinking of, because it's interesting to me, is doing something like that, because they have almost the same posture. But, oh, like that would be better. Just get rid of her completely. Maybe that would work. How far along do I have to go? Yeah, you need to get rid of the dark. So that's another option that I have for this image. And we're nearly done. That, yep, okay, that's stuck. This is more to that paper, more of this, and I'm sort of matching that color. And then there was, this comes from a magazine, and this was sort of a partner to this one, only this has got a better developed idea, whatever that means. And more brayer roll-off, more printing, brayer roll-off. Oh, here's another yummy page. 2 colors, and then 100% chunk funk. And I don't know if you can see the patterning there. That's absolutely thick paint. And there's another spot where there's thick paint here. And that comes from that rivulet there. So that matches like that. And then this matches down here. And, oops, there's a page here. And this was just a start and a stop. I really like that. I have no idea how I achieved it. Oh, I know maybe what I did. Maybe these are dropped paint and I've used the back end of a paintbrush to flick this around. I mean, it's not very complicated. This is that 1-page sticker that I like so much, and I just peeled and slapped. And then this is just, I just like the circle. another piece there, and then that's the tail end. And so that is current art journal. It will never close tight ever again, which is fine. I do love a scruffy journal, and I also love a fluffy journal. It feels like work has happened. When it's very like pristine like that, it feels like that there's a great deal of control has been used. And this feels quite free and also yummy to flip through. Makes me happy. Anyways, I think there was some curiosity of what that looked like. I'm hoping that satisfies. I will come back periodically to update you. And if I ever get to the point where I can do one of these pages or finish one of them or whatever, I will do that too. Anyways, that is all for now. I hope you enjoyed this new category of the Red Parrot channel. In the meantime, you know what to do. Take very good care of yourself, stay out of trouble, and I love you lots. Bye now.